Okay, right now the recording is just started. Just welcome again to everybody who's joining here. For today, we have a very special guest for our workshop. Jyothsna Surisetty is here. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you, so
Okay, perfect.
it's
Perfect.
fine. I can see you, I can hear you.
Perfect. Perfect.
Everything is
So,
fine.
so for today, we have two goals that we want to achieve. The first thing, we want to have an interview simulation. So basically, we are going to ask and answer some of the basic questions that people usually face during the early few minutes in an interview. So this is something that you can expect. And Jyothsna and I, we are going to have this interview. So maybe we can have that one, and we are going to practice this. But before going into details, Jyothsna, this is the first time that you are here. So many people, they know you. So I would like to say a few words about yourself. So maybe would you like to have a little bit of introduction about yourself, to say a few words in the beginning? Hello, how are you? And then I'm going to ask you a few more questions, and then we're officially going to start an interview simulation later on. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, I will just give a short introduction about me. So, as you know, my name is Jyothsna Surisetty. I'm from South India and I'm a graduate of plastic technology and mechanical engineering from Germany and India. And I have been expertise in the area of material development, material monitoring, and handling different types of plastics. In addition to that, I have also worked on several research projects like Fraunhofer Institute for Chemical Technology and Femonets. According to the customer's satisfaction, we used to design some material development and which we got very well appreciations and we got success in that. And apart from that, I'm also good in non-technical background like material procurement, handling technical documentations, and writing some research articles, which is like quite important for the research projects. And currently, I'm working as a researcher. Like I joined in last year, so I'm working as a researcher in Montana University and doing my research, and then I also registered as a PhD candidate, and right now I'm focusing on low pressure hydrogen storage tanks in that is like developing small storage hydrogen tanks for mobile applications like e-scooters, drones, and all. So yeah, and also I'm a supervisor for around 30 to 50 students in our university, and for them I'll be teaching some practical labs on how to do manufacturing on different machines and conduct some exams as well. This is
Very
my
good, very good, very good, very good, very good.
yeah.
Let me translate it. Let me translate it to normal English. English basically, it means that you are successful. That's it. So this was a translation of what you said. So,
Yeah.
Jyothsna, I'm going to start a couple of more questions about the things. So
Mm-hmm.
if I share my screen, I'm going to start my screen, and I'm going to share my screen here for a second. If I share my screen and write here Jyothsna Surisetty in Google, I see very
Yeah.
nice photos from you that affiliated, of course, still with the Google, but very nice two articles that you had in the past. One
Yeah.
article in the Cademix magazine related to topic of the composite materials, and
Mm.
another article which was non-technical related to real-time communication tools in manufacturing. So if I
Yeah.
want to take a look at that, I see a nice balance between the technical articles that you had at Academics Magazine and non-technical. So tell us about this magazine article that you wrote, what happened, and did you have similar question during the interview?
So about the composite materials or
Yeah, let's start with the composite material, and then later on you go to the second article that you wrote at Academics Magazine.
yeah, the first article I wrote is like I did my own research It's completely my own research topic, and during my master's, it's not a master thesis, but it's a master research project in my in Germany during the last 4 years. And so this is completely based on hybrid composites. That means due to right now, like we know that due to the global issues on pollutions and carbon emissions and greenhouse gases, so I would just want to, I don't want to 100% use my polymer material because of its carbon issues. So I use a little bit of natural fibers into this material so that it can withstand the little bit much. I mean, many people are right now using glass fibers, but glass fibers are little bit not that environmental friendly, but natural fibers, something like basalt fibers or any other fibers, we can use that. But of course I use basalt, which is like equal to glass fibers, the properties are. So I worked on it, and luckily I got a very good results, like yeah, the 40 to 50 times much better mechanical strengths and all, which is quite nice. And yeah, so later on I thought of writing in a scientific paper, but unfortunately after finishing this project immediately I got an internship in Fraunhofer for 6 months. And after that, immediately within 1 month of time, I got my master thesis in another company. So there is no gap for me to write an article, I mean, publication paper. And publication paper will take little bit more time, like 4 months, 5 months, depends. So it's like that. So luckily, at least I can try to make it here a little bit.
Yeah, very good, very good, very good. So it means that you had actually the very good result during your master, but then you published this result at Cademix. So we are coming to the very important question that I'm going to right now ask you. Why you joined Cademix? You were a member of Fraunhofer Institute, you had your master from Germany, and you had a really good result. So why you decided to join Cademix?
That's a really good question, an interesting question. Yeah, like yeah, as you know, like I have experience. Like I also did a part-time in one of the international company that is also related to my topic, my polymers and plastics. And I did a research internship, like priest practicum, that's like mandatory internship in Germany for 6 months in Fraunhofer, another 6 months in another company in Munich. So in total, I have more than 1 to 1.5 year experience in generally during my masters as a student. But the point is, the companies really need a person with an experience. I mean, many people think, okay, internship and thesis they have done for them also that comes under experience, but they do not concentrate much that as a biggest experience. That is the question. Like, okay, we will get a lot of knowledge. We will be expertise in different fields in materials or any life sciences or computers, whatever. But the point is, the companies need a person who is multi-talented, and they need a person who is like much experienced, actually a minimum 2 to 3 years that it's required. Like people are like hiring managers are trying to take these people, not the freshers. That is an issue. So I focused more on that. So before I joined in the institute also, I tried to apply it like many companies, that, but unfortunately I got very less. But
Can you give
of
some
that,
numbers?
what?
Can you please give some numbers? How many applications you had before joining
Well,
Cademix?
I kept like more than 50 applications, 50, 60 applications. I cannot count. So daily I used to keep applications. I finished in August 2021. No, 20, sorry. In 2020, August I finished. So in December I joined in academics, but before August only I started to apply. So from before 3 months, that means from May, June, July, by that time I started to apply to the companies. I only got a call from one company, and remaining are from consultancies. I mostly tell to everyone just not to focus on the consultancies here. Consultancies doesn't work at all.
This is very important think I will come back to that point.
Yeah.
Consultancies or recruiters. This is something think that you're talking about probably. The people introduce themselves as a recruiters and consultancies and so on. They
Yeah.
will contact you very frequently. They contact almost everybody on the LinkedIn very frequently. The
Yeah.
people should know that this is just a waste of time. Later on, I will come back to that
Yeah.
point. Do you want to say something about that right now?
About the consultancies?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in US and Canada, there will be a lot of consultancies, and they know consultancies means they will be 100% will be getting placed in the some companies. These consultancies will be going to take care of us. This is what we think. So this is might happen in US and these areas, but especially in Germany, frankly, there are no much consultancies. There are consultancies which do recruiting, but I got more than 15 interview calls from the consultancies, but I didn't got selected in anything because yeah, they used to ask me my self introductions, my initial things, everything that too in German, not even in English. I became fluent in that while trying to, it's like a practice. It became like a practice for me. So I did that. But what happens here is that for them it is okay, but when they want to send it to the original HR to the companies, there it will be rejected. So this is the first step. In the second step, it will be rejected. That means, yeah, so when it goes to the original companies, not from the consultancies, it is rejected. Normally, consultancies do not have any tie-ups. This is something I want to make it clear. They don't have any tie-ups. No, if somebody says that it's not true right now. This is because I try to contact many company consultancies around Germany. There are a lot of consultancies, but didn't work at all. Yeah. So it's better to apply on our own. This is a very, very best and good thing.
That was a very good advice. Thank you for
Yeah.
saying that. We have the people here in the program that they already contacted by through the consultancies, and that sometimes they introduce themselves as recruiters, but at the end of the day, they are just collecting the
They are
CVs.
recruiters for the only that consultancy, not for the company.
They are not for the they are not. They don't have access to the real job.
Yeah.
They're just collecting the CVs and sell the CVs. This is actually something. So don't fool yourself to get into loop. So if some of the consultancies or recruiters are contacting you, you should always ask them, please let me know what is exact employer and what is the exact position that you want me for. These are the two basic questions. If they can answer, then probably you say that, okay, then I will contact the direct employer or a hiring manager, not the recruiters. So many of the recruiters, they don't have the real power to bring you any further. So, Jyothsna, thank you for giving this answer. A second article that you wrote at Cademix magazine was real-time communication tools and so on, which is actually a non-technical, I would say, a non-technical article. Well, it's still technical, but it's not that much technical related to engineering. Now, remember that shortly after writing this article, the people start calling you, and actually the things changed. So do you still remember something after the second or third article and so on? So what was your experience in the beginning? So what is the effect of these article writings and so on?
In December ending, I joined, as you know. So of course I didn't pay anything, but yeah, I joined. After that, in January, I completely focused on articles. No other things I kept. I also holded my part-time job and focused on only writing articles. In Jan and February together, I think I wrote 4 to 5 articles.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like to our technical, to our non-technical, because companies doesn't want a person who is highly skilled and who is highly talented and technical. They need a person who works in a non-technical background also. This is something. Let's see a picture of. So this is something I noticed, because if you see some job description tasks and all, they don't only ask about, okay, are you having experience in this, experience in that, in the technical field, but also in non-technical backgrounds. like documentations or else some what we say like management skills. Do you have interactions with outside of the boundaries, like outside of the universities or else outside of the companies? Do you have a social interaction with the customers? So we have to relate it to the customers. This is something I noticed. So we have to, even if we do some projects or our studies of whatever stream, try to connect it with the customers of outside. So this will help a lot because companies works for the customers. So if we say a word about customers, it will be a big plus. They will also think, okay, he is doing he's working, that will definitely helps to the customers and all. So this is one thing I really noticed. Yeah. And yeah, so in January and February, so for 2 months, like I focused. After that, I continuously got calls every week. I got calls. Maximum, I joined in April this research position, but in March and April together, I got 5 to 6 interview calls. I got it. Yeah. One I rejected in the third interview. I thought I will be going in that Alpla, a big company, but it's fine. But in the meantime, I got this. I was holding this. Actually, this position I'm holding. I got it, but I got rejected in that, but it's fine.
I remember that you were asking question like, should I stay? At that time, you were in Germany, and this
Yeah.
position right now, it is in Austria. At that time, I remember
Two
that you were
positions are also in Austria. That is the thing. Right now, the one which I'm doing in Austria and also the Alpla trainee also from Alpla in Austria. Maybe Salzburg, I guess. Yeah.
Jyothsna, let me ask you one important question that many people asking me, and this is actually very important. Germany is almost 10 times larger than in Austria. Okay,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so
Excuse me,
Germany.
excuse me, doctor.
Sure. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I have some request from you and Mr. Surisetty. If you ask him, please speak with lower speed because I miss something and I don't like to miss anything.
Okay. So should I
Yeah.
speak little bit slower?
Yes, I
Yes,
think
yes, thank you.
Okay. Sure.
should go much slower. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Uh,
everybody,
I
for
also
speaking
forgot actually
fast. Yeah,
about this. I'm
let's go
sorry for that.
slow motion. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we do that. No
Thank you
issues.
for asking this. Can I say something important? Most probably, some of you are seeing us in multiple windows and so on in Skype. There is an option on the right upper side of Skype window. If you click on that, there is a view item, and you can click on the view, and there is a speaker view, there is a grid view, and there is also a large gallery view. At the moment, I selected this large gallery view. I think this would be quite interesting if you can also select this large gallery view so that you can see the large views and so on. You can also select the speaker view. So this is up to you which kind of gallery you want to select. Okay, was it clear? So let's go to the very important question. Germany is almost 9 times, 8 times, or maybe 10 times larger than Austria. Okay, this is the main question. Now, the point is that Jyothsna, you have been already in Germany. You had experience of studying in Germany, and then the next point was you got the calls, and then finally you landed in Austria. Now the question is, can you give a little bit of overview? Do you think that Germany has more opportunities or Austria, and which part has a higher chance? So in terms of number of the positions and also in terms of the real chances the graduates have.
Yeah. See, I mean, we cannot compare because Germany is very big, as we know. Obviously, there are like lot of companies and in the research institutes and all. Depends upon the land. Obviously, we have, But the reason I got landed in this is like I try to give a lot of interviews in German. Maximum I did, maybe one or two I gave it in English. The majority are all went in German. The one difference which I observed is that Austrians, like the hiring managers, are at least they are. If we speak little German, like a B2 level or B1 level, they were trying to recruit you. Like in Germany, they are focusing more on fluent German. Positions are there. It's not like there are no positions. In every sector, there are positions in Germany and Austria. I would say that. But the point is that this is a small difference which I have seen. And yeah, luckily I got, so they gave me a chance and it worked for me in that way.
Okay. So we are going to go through a few of these examples of an interview. So are you ready for a simple phone call that we are going to simulate? Is it okay for you that we are going through this stuff? So what is the typical questions that you receive? Hello, you applied for this position. Is it your name? And so on. So we're just going to practice that one to see that how you typically answer that that questions. Is it okay?
So it's a telephonics phone calls.
Can you hear me now? Is it working?
Yeah. Can you repeat once again?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So just we have one person who activated the camera. I just need to ask the person, could you please turn off your camera so that you are not in the speaker view? That's great. Thank you. So please let's turn off your camera for everybody. That's good. So I'm just going to ask the question once again. The typical phone call interviews that you receive. Okay, this is the question. I'm going to start asking you some questions and maybe you can answer. Is it okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's fine.
So what happened? What is this?
What? It went into some different region. We went somewhere.
How it is possible that this stuff happened? This is funny. I have no idea. So let's go back again to grid view and again to speakers view or large gallery. Okay, right now it is back again, back to the original view. Okay. So Jyothsna, so let's say I'm calling you and let's go for an interview simulation. We're going to practice that first in English, and maybe if later on the people are interested, we can also practice that in German. But let me start in English. Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hello, can I speak with Mr. Surisetty?
Yeah. Hello. Hi. I'm Surisetty.
Hi, you are on the phone. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. So
okay, here. You hear me? Okay, thank you. Thank you for this. Do you have some time to talk on the phone right now? Is it a good time for you to speak?
Yes, I will be available right now.
Okay, I just have a few questions, like a 5 minutes questions. Are you available for 5 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You send an application for this position that we have. This is a position related to mechanical engineering and material scientist. Is it correct that you send this application? That's fine.
Yeah. I have applied for one of the research position. Yeah, in your company. I mean, yeah. Anyways, you'll be telling the company name.
Yeah, we have this company XYZ, and I am the hiring manager, and I'm organizing this interview. I just wanted to make sure that is this information you sent to us, is it correct or not? Can you just give an introduction, because we went through your CV and the CV looks very interesting for us, but we wanted to hear it from you. What have you done? Maybe you can quickly give a little bit of introduction about what you are doing. You are a member of, you are working at Cademix Institute of Technology. What is that?
Okay. Yeah, so just I will give a short introduction again, once again. So I'm Let me introduce myself. I'm Jyothsna Surisetty, and right now I'm doing my master's in product refinement. That is like research in plastic technology and processes. I have seen your website and felt I have seen your motive and vision of your company, which is like quite interesting for me. So that is one of the main reason that I applied to this research position. And coming to the academics, as you mentioned, it's a yeah. So I joined in this institute to upgrade my skills. So this is an institute where I can enhance my skills in the field of technical and non-technical backgrounds, because right now everyone have a technical knowledge, especially from the masters universities or bachelor universities. They will try to enhance our skills in the field of technicals but not in the management skills, which I'm lacking that. And especially companies need these type of skill persons, like multidisciplinary skills, which the engineer, as an engineer, we have to be focused on both sides, not only on one part on technical skills but also on non-technical like management skills.
Excuse
And
me.
yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Surisetty, we don't want to have that long discussion, but I'm a little bit confused. I went through your CV and this is confusing to me because I
Yeah,
don't understand. Are you right now in Germany or are you in Austria? Because you say that your location is in Germany, but you say that the institute in Austria. I'm totally confused.
right now I'm in Germany, but due to this pandemic, so we do all the activities through online. So the all the activities I got my machining, like for example, 3D printing and some simulation softwares, which I will be doing to everything I will be doing in online. Yeah, we have a weekly activities. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you something. You mentioned that you are at the moment with the Cademix Institute, and the institute. Are you doing some 3D printing? What is that you're doing at 3D printing at Cademix? Because if the Cademix Institute is in Austria, how you are doing the 3D printing in Germany? How it is possible?
Yeah, we have this availability option. So from Professor Jawad, so he introduced a new type of path. That means like due to this pandemic things, normally he will be sending the 3D printer, like which type of materials you are needed for your projects. Especially I'm in a research area in polymers and processing, so that 100% suits me. And through Amazon, so he will be sending us the 3D printer and the materials. So I will be developing the material and will be doing simulations and then testing from this. So this is how it works in general.
And you have the 3D printer basically at home, is it correct?
Yeah, of course. I have the 3D printer with me. Right now I'm using Cruza i3 with me. Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you some question about your technical skills and so on? Because I took a look at your CV and your CV sounds kind of very technical, and I'm not sure whether you have any non-technical skills. So
Mhm.
can you tell me what we should write here in terms of non-technical? Because at the moment I see only technical things in your CV. Can you say something on the other sides?
Yeah, so right now, as I completely wrote a lot about my technical skills, technical achievements, and the successes. But coming to this is what right now I'm doing in academics. So I just want to enhance my skills in non-technical skills, like talking to the customers, like making some invoices, bills for like a HR field, in the field of how the HR does, and also uh, writing some research articles and non-research articles, how the management plays a key roles in the companies, for the international companies and these environments. So this is what I'm right now doing with academics, so that I can gain non-technical skills as well, because I have a lot of skills in the technical, but I just want to improve so that I can manage the customers when I go into a industry or a big company, or means a small scale or medium scale companies as well. So I can have a good interaction, because it's completely based on the interactions. So nobody cares if you just do on a focus on a technical thing. but also you have to start interacting with the customers, what the customer needs. So we have to develop a product according to the customer's requirements and customers' satisfactions. So this is something.
Entschuldigung,
Yeah,
Herr
yes.
Surisetty, es tut mir leid, sorry, I just was talking in English, aber ich habe eine andere Frage.
Yeah.
When I take a look at my list of questions, sehe ich, dass ich eine andere Frage, wo ist das? Ja, ich habe eine andere Frage komplett vergessen. But the main question is, verstehen Sie auch Deutsch oder wie ist das jetzt?
Ja, ich kann auch sprechen Deutsch, nicht so fließend, aber das ist okay. So, wenn ich bin Teilzeit Arbeit in Profile, so normalerweise ich arbeite für 10 Uhr bis 15 Uhr für eine Woche. So mein Deutsch ist verbessert mit der technischen Leute. So in dieser Sense, so ich habe gelernt Deutsch mit diesen Kollegen from technicians from PVC company, FEMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which means that you understand the technical parts, aber wenn ich ganz normal mit Ihnen spreche, verstehen Sie auch doch, oder?
Ich kann auch verstehen auch Deutsch, aber nicht, ja, ich bin nicht so fließend und ich habe gemerkt, meine B1 in India oder in Deutschland auch. So ich kann verstehen ein wenig.
Okay, das heißt, Sie verstehen Sie verstehen schon, aber wenn Sie sprechen ganz wenig. Stimmt das?
Ja, genau.
Okay. Jetzt gehen wir ein bisschen zu der nächsten Frage. Ich habe ein paar andere Fragen auch gestellt. Ja, also, ich habe ein paar andere Fragen. Wo ist das? Also ich habe es komplett vergessen. Haben Sie irgendwelche Fragen oder wie ist das jetzt? Also haben Sie ja irgendwelche Fragen an unser Institut oder wie ist das? Sie haben sich also für diese Position beworben. Haben Sie irgendwelche Fragen?
Für diese Position, so ich brauche so normalerweise ich habe wenig Frage für diese Position. So, ist das unbefristet oder befristet, dieser Vertrag? Ich brauche wenig Information über Gehaltsvorstellung. Wie viel ist das? Normalerweise in dieser Firma-Website, ich habe nicht gesehen. So können Sie sagen für mich nochmal? Ja.
That was really a good question. Yeah. We usually don't answer that kind of questions because if you're asking questions about the salary, we used to ask you the question about the salary. So what is basically your salary expectation? I mean, this is actually a question I wanted to ask you. So let me return back the question to you.
Ja. So mit meiner Erfahrung und Fähigkeit, so das ist normalerweise, ich denke, so 40.000 bis 45.000 pro Jahr, ich denke.
Ja, 45.000, das ist die Frage. Also wie viel war das? Wie viel?
40.000 bis
40.000 bis 45. So from 40,000 euro to 45,000 euro is approximately the expectation that you have. Yeah, but we don't have that kind of salary in our company. This is too much salary, and I think that you are not a good candidate because this salary expectation that you have, we don't have that much money, and this is really a problem. So what we should do with this? We only offer 42,000 euro, not no, sorry. We only offer 38,000 euro. This is the maximum that we can offer. So which means that you are not going to accept this position, right?
So this is a good question. This is something in Germany, this is something they negotiate this much. But when in Austria, there is like a standards, B1 grade, A2 grade, A1 grade salaries. So there is no much negotiations happens. So if it is a B1, it's a standard amount. So it is totally fine. One position I got it from one interview, I got it from masters and they told that they're gonna give me only 30,000. So I'm a master guy. I completed a master's and working for 30,000, it's not that worth. So I said bye. I just stopped that position. They told that they're gonna give me that position. It's in 2019 actually. I just told sorry. Yes, man.
Yeah, 30,000 is something that you can at least be very strong in the negotiation and all of this stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's quite interesting that much lower than 35,000 you can say bye, goodbye, and you don't need to negotiate.
Yeah, because we have
Probably
to
you
pay
cannot
for the
move up.
taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the taxes and all, we have to pay, and at the end of the day, how much we are getting the money.
Yeah.
So right
Yeah,
now
this is
I'm
actually
getting,
another thing that.
excluding taxes, I'm getting 2,100 right now. Mm, so around 900,000 euros I'm paying for the taxes.
Yeah. This actually was another thing I wanted to ask you. And right now, I think the first interview simulation is over, and I would like to speak again normally. And I remember that a while ago, like a few months back, we had a discussion about the tax refund. And this is something that we also had a discussion. Of course, you are a member of the Cademix, and I think you are still a member of Cademix. You're still using Cademix name in your LinkedIn. So what do you think about this support that we offer to the people even after the placement and the job contract and all of this stuff? Do you think that this is really worth it, especially, for example, this topic of the tax refund? Some people, they don't know that and so on. Do you think that this is something useful? What is your experience and also the other things that we have? So what is your experience with these things that we offer at Cademix?
Yeah, that is the advantage. Like, it's not like we got a job and we cannot ask any questions or any doubts we have, especially when it comes to job contract. I don't know if you remember or not, my job contract, like 10 pages or 8 pages, you read each point and you told me each and every point about
Yeah,
it. It's completely
yeah,
in
we had to
German,
do that.
which I cannot
This is what we
understand
love to do that.
everything, but we took like more than 2 hours and you specifically told each and everything. Coming to the tax, yeah, this is a good thing. Many people outside also don't know about the taxes. So we can claim a lot of taxes. So especially last time, I think in 2 months back, we claimed my taxes and you helped me like how to organize and how to fill the forms and all for the taxes and all. And luckily we claimed, and I hope I will get a little bit much amount by
But
this year.
but you
It's a good
also
thing. Good. I got a good support. Like many people don't know, especially outside also. Nobody knows that we can claim for each and everything. For example, if there is a German book, we can claim that. For example, if we travel somewhere, we can claim that. Of course, that is especially if you travel for work related things, you can keep that bills, like medical bills. For example, all the medical bills are not included in the health insurance. For example, I had my teeth issue and I paid 120 euros. So that amount you can claim in the tax and you will get it back, that money, which is a good thing. So like that, like in the same way, after getting job right now, I'm getting like 3,000 euros. So in that 1,000 euros I'm paying for the taxes. For that also you can claim some money back.
of course.
For that is a good thing. Yeah,
This
which
is one
is
of the
yeah.
secrets.
Mhm.
This is one of the secrets that many people they don't know that. And right now, for the people who are here, of course,
And
this is
Professor, like I told you few days back, the one of my Iran friend, he he got the tax amount of 2,800.
yeah. You told me you helped him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have maybe 6 months. Yeah, he worked for only 5 to 6 months, not exactly. I worked more than 6 months, but I claimed more bills and just waiting how much I will get it. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. The point is that this is an important information for many people. This is a support that we have in Cademix after the people get a job offer and so on. So we will continue to support the people at least until the first tax claim. This is something which is very important, can bring you a few thousand euro. Now, the point is that this is somehow a secret. because the Finanzamt, the financial institute, the finance department, and so on, they say that this information is basically public and open to everybody, and everybody knows, and so on. But if you go there, you see that they say that everybody can return, can get a tax refund of something in the range of a few €100, something in the range of 200 to 400 euro in average, in the average of all of the people in Austria. Now, if you take a look at, if you if you believe that this is actually a correct information, basically it means that this information is available to everybody, but it is only 200 euro to 400 euro. This is actually the point that they try to say that. And now the secret, what is the secret? The secret is that it is not 200 to 300 euro. I personally got tax refund in all of the previous years, at least 3,000. And at most it was 1 year, I remember it was almost like 8,000 euro. So always every year I received something in the range of 3,000 to 8,000 euro. And there's a huge difference between 8,000 euro and 200 euro. You cannot believe that the people are in average are only claiming the tax for 200 euro. That's a total nonsense. Okay. And that's actually something that the people, they don't know that. And this is, of course, a part of our responsibility to talk about that when it's time to do that. Now, let's talk about a few more things. Jyothsna, let's say you're coming to the second interview, and the second interview is an interview that the people asking you to give some details about the position, why you are interested, and all of this stuff. Let's imagine that the first interview, a phone call, is already gone, and this was the first interview with a recruiter or a hiring manager, and the people already contacted you through the phone call, and right now you are sitting in a Skype call. Okay. And can I ask you the basic question? How do you usually wear, like, jackets and all of this stuff? How do you usually wear in an interview?
How do we? Sorry, I didn't.
How do you dress? How do you dress?
So may I ask a question?
So normally, because of this post COVID and all, everything went through online. But of course, I wear a formal shirt. This is something I wore, and like normally I said it's not mandatory, frankly, like having completely formal like a jacket and tie or something, or else even the beard, nobody cares here. It's not like, especially in like India, they care. So if there should not be any beard or else the shapes or the hair straightening or something, no. So for them, we should look like professional 100%. Here the advantage is that nobody cares about your dressing sense. That is a good thing. They just focus on your skills. That's it. So they just will not blame or judge you based on your dressing senses.
Yeah.
Great. Right now also I go to office sometime with tracks. Out of 5 days, 2 to 3 days I will be on track only, frankly. That's why.
That's good. That's good to know that. So I think some of the people, they want to ask questions. So I'm right now going to raise the let the.
Yeah, I raised the hand.
Open. So Mr. Salemi, do you want to ask the question? Now you can speak.
Yeah, sir. I participated in the middle of the speech, and I didn't realize that this Mr. Jyothsna, if I'm right, what is his major and what's his work experience? Would you please tell us something about his work experience and major, and let us know about him, or maybe he can speak about himself.
Yeah, I can say it's better.
Since this question is repeating, I mean, this was the topic that we had it in the beginning and you missed it. Maybe you can later take a look at that, but you can quickly answer this question. Let's consider that as an interview question. So please go ahead and answer it quickly.
It can be too short. Yeah. So I'm Jyothsna Surisetty. You know that I'm from India and I have done my bachelor's in mechanical and master's in plastic technology in Germany. And after that, I have done several internships and master thesis in some companies And so my main focus is on developing materials through different types of polymer and plastic technologies. This is what I will be doing. And I mostly focus on product development or material development in polymers and plastics. This is what my main focus on.
Okay, let me
Thank you so much.
go through the next point. Please, all of the people who are here present, if you have some questions, you can use the chat to ask the question, or you can raise your hand here using the function raise hand if you want to speak. So both options are available. The chat if you want to ask a question in a written mode, or raise your hand if you want to talk. That is, both options are available. Please, let's use that. Mr. Salemi, would you like to continue with your question?
Thank you, sir. I will ask it. I will ask some question later.
I just want to say to everyone that the interviews here will not be too strict or something. It will be a casual interviews. You no need to prepare yourself like much and all. So just be casual like how you are. Of course, for German you need little bit practice anyways. Apart from that, just say what is coming from your mind. That's it. So it's not like exactly okay, this guy told this, so this specifically. So they don't care about grammar. Even it's a German. If you for German, if you speak little bit German, it's fine for them. Like okay, they feel like okay, he's trying to interact with us so that later on he can develop his skills. This is what they believe in it. So it's totally fine. So just be normal and casual in the interviews.
Can I ask another question? Because you just mentioned about grammar. Okay, this is actually a very, very important topic for many people. How important is the grammar during a job search? What do you think about that? How important is the role of a grammar? If you're making grammar mistakes in an interview, what is the effect of that? Is it really worthy to invest a lot of time to have a perfect grammar during an interview? Or what do you think generally about the effect or importance of a grammar?
No, in my personal opinion, I don't think so. It will influence a lot, the grammar thing, because even I speak a lot of grammar mistakes. I'm not a fluent English guy, the same. So nobody cares about your grammar, whether it's English or German. I'm saying in the both sides, not only on specifically on English or else in other thing, because nobody judges. Because whenever I try to speak something in German, they say, are you speaking good German? They say. So they try to encourage. So it is totally fine. So don't focus too much on grammar. Try to interact with people. Languages are something you can try to communicate with the other person. That is enough. So learn grammar less, but try to communicate with the second person, or else watch some Netflix or YouTube, whatever. Because I didn't personally took any classes after from India. After I finished my B1 in India, here I did mostly I focused on watching Netflix and Amazon, YouTube for the German. That's it. And nobody asks you about the certificates also. Like your German skill, show me your German proof of B1, show me your English proof of A2 or C1, whatever it is. Nobody asks. Just if you speak, they can recognize your language. That is enough for them. So no need of any specifically of language certificate and all. Yeah.
Very important. Very
Because
important.
I never submitted any language certificate during the interviews, and I got calls. It is totally fine for me.
Yeah, especially if you are looking for a job. I mean, who cares about the language certificate?
They can notice anyways from the interviews. HRs will notice our language skills.
Yeah. Of course, when at some point, some of the universities, they require certificates. Some of the, let's say, embassies or let's say consulates for giving the visa, some of them they require thing. But when it comes to job search, let's face the reality. Nobody cares about grammar. Nobody cares about certificates. That's it. That's a reality.
It's just
Okay.
a prerequisite for the admissions or something to the other country at the starting stage. Later on, nobody cares.
Yeah. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. Well, this is actually good information for many people here, because we basically we had lots of debate of the people who want to learn the language in a very academic and systematic way, and some of the others who don't want to learn systematically, focus on the practical aspect of that. And this debate, I think it will stay anyway. Some people want to learn the grammar and language in a very systematic and academic way, and some want to be very practical.
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question. Yeah,
Oh,
please go.
1 second. I think in the chat we got some questions.
Sure.
I just want to know more about what all things to focus while applying to a university for PhD position also.
Rosemary Solin is asking this question. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask the question? Because this is also good, but also it's nice if you can ask the question. So you can unmute yourself, join the video call if you want, but otherwise we are also reading your text.
Okay, thank you, sir, and thank you, Mr. Jyothsna. Actually, I want to know more about applying for a PhD position in Germany or in Austria, or basically in Europe. Actually, I was also looking for a PhD position in Europe, and I'm from a chemistry background. Right now, I'm searching for PhD position. So I just want to know more about apply more about the things that we have to focus while applying for a PhD position. And I want to know that should we have to be really good at German when we are focusing on a PhD position? I mean,
okay. No, for me, how it went is like, no, German is, as I said, no need of fluent German, first of all. But having German is really good. Like, if at least if you finish your A2 level or something, I mean, I'm telling in my department, we have my colleagues from Kerala as well. So they don't know even A1 German, frankly. So of course, some universities don't even care about the German, but for me, I don't know, because I did my master's in Germany. So they asked me, they interviewed me in German also, like how Professor Jawad have asked me some questions. So there are like 2-3 Iranian people. So and they, for them also, they don't know a basic German. So they're welcoming a lot. I mean, there is a what we say, some target to invite international students to join the PhDs. But whatever the reason, it's better to have a A2 German certificate, A2 till A2.2 or something, so that they will be focusing more on your what we say, on your CV, and it will help a lot. And coming to, I just want to know about focusing, like this is what happened. I just have a too much technical thing. I just joined in the institute. I wrote some research articles and I modified my complete CV. I just related my technical to non-technical, like customer services or material procurements or something I have wrote. I interlinked, and that's it. So this is what it worked. And they asked me about what are you doing in academics. I told them about the same answer I told about my non-technical issue, and they said, okay, that's cool. And it worked. And they don't ask, frankly, much questions, to be frank. They like casual questions they will ask, 3-4 questions or 5 questions, but simple questions. No, for example, they don't ask you like, what is the chemical formula of this? Show me your chemical formula of CO3, something else, anything. They don't ask us like that, maximum. So till now, nobody asked me in the polymers, and in my thing also a little bit chemistry is there, not much, but nobody asked. Whatever you have in your CV, present it them. That's it. To them, it is enough. No core projects, core things.
thank you, Mr. Jyothsna.
Yeah. But I will, maybe I don't know exactly what is her chemistry field, but if I know the role, I will let her know, because we have a chemistry department at our university.
That is exactly what I wanted to ask you. So
there
do
will
you
be a number of PhD positions
any...
that Mountain University tries to, what we say, invite many people. Maybe if I have something, I can forward to her.
Of course, if there is any positions available, because we have very talented people, chemists here in the group, and also mechanical engineer, material scientists here in the group. So if there is any position, that would be great if you can forward it in the WhatsApp group. Anyway, you are in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay.
Yeah.
That was really good. Any other person wants to ask more question? Otherwise, we just give the room back again to Mr. Salami. You have the
So
question
may I
again. Go ahead. Right now you are mute.
It's muted.
Sir, do you hear me?
Yes, right now it's working. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Jyothsna, how did you use academics in your, interviews or your CV? And because I have to know the use of academics, and how did you, how did your academics help you to,
Okay.
succeed in your position and something like that?
Okay, see, in my resume, how I wrote is like I wrote like associative researcher in academics in developing some research
Yeah.
projects. So this is what I have done in developing some research projects and writing some articles, technical and non-technical articles. I wrote about that, and also trying to contact with some what we say suppliers, interacting with the suppliers for the materials and all, which I'm learning from the academics. This is what I wrote in my resume, and I attached all my links of magazines in the CV. Yeah, it
Yeah.
worked for me. It worked for me like that.
Uh, let me ask my question better than that I
Mhm.
ask. How can we use academics to improve our and emphasize it in our resume? Because we have all of us have so many experiences, in industry, but we want to emphasize, academics in our resume because we have to use academics as, the an institute that can help us to improve our CV and resume and to find new positions. How can we use and how can we, start with academics in interview to show them that we are related to Asteria and academics to, empower ourselves.
Okay. Okay. So this is like you can, I mean, just a small suggestion you can do. For example, if you have done some, I don't know, in the past you have some experience in from some other companies or some other research projects or whatever you have from the past, you can keep it in the academics that you have like just publish some article on it, write it, and also tell them that you are like I don't know what is your exact field. Maybe if I know your field, I can tell you something
I'm a
on it.
mechanical engineer.
Then it is really cool. It is like not a big issue, frankly. So you are from mechanical background and you just as a mechanicals we have to build up something, and I don't know if you how many research projects you have done. So those projects, even though you've done in some other institutes or colleges or whatever universities, but you can just link to academics, like how to, I mean, by writing some articles or else. And for example, let's take a one project you have done from a university, keep it in the academics and tell them that the academics I'm doing this, I'm interacting with some companies for my projects for and keep giving getting some ideas, and we are doing some teamwork something, and also some material
Yeah.
procurement by just interlink everything with the academics. This is something it works, not just like a position like associate researcher, and I written an article. Not only that, but also just try to write something that you are working in academics. This is something benefits you a lot.
Mr. Jyothsna, is it important to write a new article about new fields or not, just related to our past experience?
No, see, articles are something you write depending upon your job profiles. Okay, I wrote the articles depending upon my job profiles, what they are asking. For example, one company asked me about, as the second article, real-time monitoring of what we say, uh, FMEA process technique, or else 3D printing I also wrote. So company asked about 3D printing. I don't have experience in 3D printing. I wrote an article on it. I have a good knowledge, theoretical knowledge on it. So I just presented it. We have to link the job description to academics and the articles. It goes in a flow.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got it.
no need to write each and every article. Like if it is something not useful for you, it doesn't make any sense if you write an article also.
If I'm know that about your speech, I see that we should be flexible about the job positions to get connected with any job that we want to get.
Yeah.
I think this would be quite useful if you can go through this article. Jyothsna, could you please tell the story of why you came up to the idea of writing this article? What is that?
Okay, in one of the companies, a process engineer role actually. So in the process engineer role, I just have an experience as an internship, like some process optimization or something I have done during my internship, and during my master thesis also in another company, it's a process optimization role, but they need a person who has experience in it. So what I have done is that I just read something about the company and how they are implementing their, I don't know, manufacturing processes or whatever it is. And I took an article and just I took all the keywords from the company and phrased it in the article so that, okay, company knows that you have a knowledge on it. I mean, at least we don't have an experience, at least they can know that, okay, he at least try to show something, he has some theoretical knowledge, we can give him a chance. This is how it works.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Let me ask the other people in the group, if anybody else has some question, please raise your hand or write it. Otherwise, Mr. Salemi will continue the asking question. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Jyothsna. You asked us, you told us about the keywords that you get from the position that companies say about their opposition and new roles. That's the major question. How can we use these keywords to write a new article? Because I think when we want to write an article, we have to build a new, thing in our article or not. Just a simple article, we can get a job with with the simple article. We can say about that position, and we can get a job. Is it okay or not? We can do anything else.
I just can, 1 second, I will try to take one of my resume.
You're going to show your CV. Oh, that's great.
It's fine because now I have good experience, so I can. No, it's fine. No, especially for academics, right? So many people have these doubts on how to keep the academics as a role in the resume. This is what I can understand from many people. So let me try to show it once.
Meanwhile, I can tell you, this is a really powerful tool. I mean, what we have at Cademix is combination of affiliation, article writing, fast article writing. This is really, really a powerful tool if you know how to use it. And the secret is that Jyothsna actually implemented that. That's it. This is the point.
Yeah.
So that's the point. So
Sir,
let's go through.
For example, wait 1 second. Can I share it? Where
Yeah,
is
you
it?
can share your screen. Go
sir,
ahead.
my question is about writing no article.
No, you don't need to have a research article. A simple magazine level article in most of the cases is enough. You don't need to have a research.
For example, for this article, I just 2-3 articles I read. For example,
Built a new something.
what?
I asked you, we should write a simple article as a field of magazine, or build a new something for
No,
get a
no.
job.
Simple overview, a generalized article is enough. Nobody goes and check in depth of your article. For example, they check your resume only for 8 seconds to 10 seconds. That's it. So they will not go there and click your link of the article and read. They don't have that much time and they don't spend that much time. But at least if you write something, they feel he has some knowledge on these things.
Jyothsna, can I ask you another question? How fast you wrote an article in the last stages before you got the job? How fast you did it?
In January, I wrote 3 articles. In February, I wrote 1 article. Finished. That's it. I just kept completely sat on the articles for 8 hours or 10 hours. I sat, I read, I wrote, finished. I showed it to you. You gave me some inputs, errors, finished it, published, and kept it in my resume. That's it.
So once you reach the point that you can finish an article in 8 hours, that's it.
That's it.
The position, for which position?
This
For
is
the
for
university position. For this position at the university. Excuse me, who wanted to ask? Was it
I
Miss
don't
Hannah?
understand. Yes,
Yeah,
I don't
we hear you.
understand
Please go
how
ahead.
fast wrote a article. I don't understand.
Of course, for me, okay, my English is not that bad. So for me, understanding, reading, overlays article, because we are researchers. So we read a lot of articles or publication papers and all. So I just, like in 2 days, I used to read and make a structure. I just plan. I don't think to write too much in an article, but I just organize what to write, like 4 to 5 subheadings. I will finish writing according to what the other people have told. I think, for example, Professor Javad also tells you some tools how to rearranges the sentences, not only copy pasting what we say, the exact what already in the Google. So this is something you can do and write a little bit earlier. See, this is something we are doing to get a job. We no need to gain knowledge in that specific article. First of all, I want to make that little clear. A little knowledge is enough. No need of too much in depth on it.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, and try to, I mean, I just interlinked. This FMEA is something I interlinked to my part-time job. During my part-time job, I just interlinked, and this something relates me and it helped me, and I just finished it. But it is totally fine. Don't write something too depth because if we don't understand, it's pointless of writing. If somebody asks, we will get stuck as well. But normally nobody asks, but it's better to be transparent. I just want to show something. Just let me know if can you see me? I written it's in German, sorry.
That's okay. Just you can share your screen.
Yeah. So can you see
Yes,
that?
I can see it.
We can see your, wait a second, we can see your, I will just go to the speaker's view. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, right now. Yeah, it is working now.
Okay.
If the other people not
Maybe
seeing,
should I check for an English resume?
that's okay. Just let's talk
Okay.
about this. Maybe next meeting, we'll talk about the other version of your resume. But yeah, I think many people,
Sir, I
they
can
like the
see.
way that we are talking anyway. So I think it's good things that we continue next time, right? Let's make a voting. who wants Jyothsna to stay for the next week and continue the sessions, and we continue discussion for the next time? Maybe next time we should speak a little bit slower.
So I'm in. It's
Let's
very
vote.
good.
Let's vote
Jyothsna's
for
information
who is
very,
going to stay.
very useful.
Okay.
I can give you more inputs on how to find jobs and all.
That would be great. Just can I ask you something? Could you just
Yeah.
make this a little bit larger? This
Okay.
is can you go, because the fonts and so on are a little bit. Yeah, this is better.
So this first sentence means involved in more technical projects and preparing in developing some composite parts using 3D printing. This is what the first word says. The first point says. And the second one is like front of publication of technical and non-technical articles using WordPress and SEO, which you all are doing, I think. This is something. I see, I didn't get too much thing. The third thing, technical speaking and project documentations. This is the third point. And fourth point, industrial and agile project management. I just got a certification from Java and I kept it here. And the tools which I used, like Trello, Kanban, I used. Of course, Asana, frankly speaking, I didn't use. I have seen from one of my friend and I kept it. Anyways, I know how to tell them, so I kept that. That's it. These are the four things I have written in my thing.
This is the way that you introduce Cademix in your CV, right? And you wrote here Assozierte Forschung und Career Coaching in Cademix Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
Well, I usually tell the people don't translate the name of Cademix.
Yeah, this is the same.
Yeah.
Try to write the original names. Don't try to what we say. If you join in some German German companies or institutes, keep the same name. Don't try to translate the name of the what we say institute. It should be the same.
Yeah.
Don't write Institute for Technology or something.
That's okay. The people will understand that. And I usually tell them you should include a link to the website.
And
can you just go a little bit upper and then show all of your CV? Maybe the first one in the beginning. What was that? The photo that you have. Your photo. I think we remember that this nice photo that you had. Yeah.
You know, frankly, this photo I took it from my iPhone and just kept it. That's it. I didn't went anywhere else. You know, small things we have to manage to look our CV a little bit more attractive. This is something really important.
Yeah.
No, it worked.
It works, yeah. And
it's a simple CV. It's not complex. I didn't made any designs or something. It's a simple CV. Just write your minimum basic biodata of yours and your first start with your experience and go to your studying things. What did you done? And then some research projects and then your publications. See, academics. I didn't even kept the link. Of course, if they ask, I will show them, but right now I didn't kept any link. You can keep an hyperlink as well here if you want it. And I can wrote the skills and speaking languages, hobbies and signature. That's it.
Okay.
Nice. It went.
Works. We are practical people, you know that at the end of the day, we are all practical people. If something works, we should do that. That's a very simple thing. It works for you, so most probably it also works for many other people. So just try to sell the item of academics very well in your CV and in interview. That's it. So.
I mean, little patience is needed. There are a lot of opportunities in Germany and Austria, but patience is required. I only did my master's. After finishing my master's, I have experience. Still, it took a lot of time for me to land in a good job. But finally, I got, anyways. But it takes little time. Just be little patient. That's it. It works. I mean, academics is something. Just try. I mean, look at the job positions of the companies, what they are asking, and try to interlink with the academics and how it works. Or yeah. This is how it goes.
Okay. So We actually planned this meeting to be 1 hour, but we are right now a little bit more than that, 1 and 15 minutes over time. So I would like to close this session at the moment. If there are some quick questions, you can quickly ask. Otherwise, we will try to have another meeting, maybe starting from the next week or something. We're going to have that. And in the group, we are going to have discussion what kind of questions can be discussed over the next time. So for the next week, we will have another discussion when it will be, but most probably the same time next week. Is it okay for you, Jyothsna, approximately
Which
this
time
time
on
for the next?
Wednesday, you're saying?
Yeah, on Wednesday next week. Would that be also a possibility for you?
I will check my calendar 1 second.
But anyway, we'll confirm it on in the group. So we'll discuss it in the group what we should do.
Weekend anyways, it's fine.
But otherwise, we can also push it to the weekend. This would be also.
Weekend for me, it's fine if Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, we will try to do that.
Friday
Yeah.
evening is also fine.
Yeah. Let me do some arrangement, and otherwise we'll just arrange it for the next Saturday, Sunday, and so on. Anyway, I would like to thank you, Jyothsna, and also thank you, all of you who are joining this session, and for contribution, for your questions and so on. We'll continue this discussion hopefully next week. And thank you once again.
And yeah, 1 second. I think
Yes.
some people wrote in the chat group, but they can text me if they want in the WhatsApp so that I can reply.
Oh, there is one question. Let's to answer. No problem. Just go ahead and answer it.
Okay,
Right?
should I finish?
Yeah.
Okay, how much do you have experience in your job? For me, I have one and a half year experience in total. Let's take 1.5 to 2 years of experience in my field. This is what I have. This experience is not a professional, but it's a like part-time jobs, like a work student jobs, like an internship, like a master thesis. This together for me, it's like a 1.5 to 2 years experience I have from different institutes and companies. And what technical questions they ask you in the interview? As I said, technical questions, this is something related to your project they will ask. That's it. They don't go in depth or too depth of specific topic to ask you. So just you only know very well about your topic. So write what you have done. Don't write something you don't know. So if he asks you the question, you will get drop up there. So that is the thing. Then can you tell me if you have any another question? Can we say about salary and for actually, as Professor Zawad said, mostly they will be only asking about the salaries. The first thing, then but yeah, in return, I think so. If there is in the second round, I think you can, if you're going to the second round at that time, you can ask about the salary. So if you still don't know the salary things. Cost of living depends upon the cities. For example, if you take a Berlin city, it will take more than 800 euros or something. For Munich, it take 1000 euros or something. For me, right now, it takes only 500 euros. Everything. So it's a little bit small city. It depends upon the city. As you know, different large cities have expenses are a little bit higher. Of course, the salary will be also higher if the expenses is much. If the salary, if the city is a little bit low, normally you will get a little bit reasonable salary. But whatever salaries will be very good. No issues with that. You don't need to worry about the salaries.
I think this can be an interesting question for the next time, talking about the salaries, talking about the lifestyle, how much you're paying as a rent, and how much do you pay for the rest of the living cost and so on. I will write this question for the next time. So I will continue to ask you this question next time to talk about so don't miss the next time. Next time we'll continue practicing English for the interview, plus a few more questions and so on.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you, everybody. I think we went through these questions. I would like to thank you once again, Jyothsna, and then we stay in touch for the next time.
Jyothsna.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, and bye for now. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye.